Hello, this is Joe from Nerd in Korea. We are continuing our budget card draw artifact series and we're looking at Sacable ones now. These are Sacable ones that also create mana, so they kind of serve two purposes that are very important. So mana fixing card draw on one card or one artifact is very good, obviously, but anyway. Alright. So first of all, as I say in every video, my budget, when I say budget, I mean under $2, and we're looking at the TCG market price for that. Again, not a sponsor, but anyway, alright. Why include these? First of all, card draw is one of the biggest problems a lot of decks have. And yeah, you can also, with the sack ones in particular, you can, and you might want different card types in your graveyard, right? So if you want different card types in your graveyard, if your cards get some kind of bonus from that, that can be very useful. Also, getting them back out of your graveyard, if you've got a deck that's good at getting artifacts out of your graveyard, you can abuse these very easily. So there are things that have kind of multiple uses, I think. But anyway. Okay, our number 5, Chromatic Sphere, 70 cents. Pay 1 and tap to sacrifice it, add 1 mana of any color, and draw a card. Again, it basically costs you 2, right? 1 to cast it, 1 to activate the ability. You get 1 mana and 1 card draw. That's quite good. Especially like make 1 of any color. A lot of times you might just need the 1 mana that turn, and then hopefully you draw a land or whatever you need. So the mana fixing, you don't need every color of mana in your deck every single turn, right? A lot of times just like you need the 1 white or something like that, and then you can, the next 2 turns you might not even use white. So that's something where, yeah, this is actually very good, I think. Dungeoneer's pack, only 8 cents for this one. Okay, it costs 3 to cast and then 2 to activate the ability. So that's actually kind of not so great, but anyway. When you sack it, here's the part where it is good. Gain 3 life, draw a card, and create a treasure token. It also lets you take the initiative, right? So if you've got a Dungeon Explorer sub-theme in your deck, this lets you take the initiative and all of these other things. It actually gives you quite a bit for what it does. Again, it is 5, so, and it comes in tapped as well. So the first turn you can't even use it, but the second turn, even creating a treasure token and drawing a card, that's quite good. I would not use this unless I also wanted the take initiative, right? If you need that in a deck, if you are using that, this is a great thing to have. Otherwise, probably maybe not worth it. But anyway. Astrolab, or Lab, anyway, okay. It costs 3 to cast this as well, but only 1 to activate the ability. It is 12 cents. Yeah, you sacrifice it, you can add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, and then draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. This is something you don't really see on cards as much anymore, and it is actually potentially quite useful. If someone is playing, or even if you have more than one opponent who's playing, doing a lot of discard effects, this protects your hand from the discard, right? If you haven't drawn the card, you can't be forced to discard it. So getting the draw at the beginning of the next upkeep can prevent them from like forcing you to discard it in the meantime. Dark Water Egg. Okay, this one is only really useful if you are playing Dimir, right? If you're not playing Dimir, I don't think you can even play this. Anyway, so pay 2, tap it, and sacrifice it. to add a blue and a black and draw a card, right? So you're getting, it is costing you 1 to cast it, and then 2 colorless, 3 colorless, and you get 2 colored mana back and draw a card. That's actually quite good. I mean, essentially you're paying 1 to draw a card. That's, even by blue standards, that's pretty good. And you're making 2 colorless mana into color mana, which again, mana fixing. Yeah, if you have Esper or Dimir or whatever deck, it's unlikely that you're going to need blue and black every single turn, right? This is something where you might use it and then you're set for like the next 2 turns kind of thing. So I would just keep in mind that when people look at these, they say, oh, well, it only, it's a one-time thing. A lot of times you only need it the one time, right? You don't need it every single turn. Hopefully you actually fill that gap before too much longer. And the card draw helps you do that as well. If that's what you're using it for, mana fixing, the card draw helps, and that helps. Okay, so it's gonna fix the problem, or help fix the problem anyway. 31 cents for that one. Alright, finally we have Cryptex. My son is beside me now, so hopefully he doesn't do anything too troubling, but shh. Tap to collect evidence 3 and add 1 mana of any color. Put an unlock counter on it. So again, first of all, it costs 2, and you can tap it for any color of mana. So as a mana rock, that's actually pretty good already. And then when you want to, again, you need 5 counters on it, so you can sack it, but you do not have to automatically sack it when it gets 5 counters. A lot of things, when they have like 5 counters, it automatically sacks itself. This does not. So then you surveil 3 and draw a card. It does let you actually filter the cards pretty well, but yeah, you have to put them into your graveyard. So unless you have something that's taking advantage of surveil, okay, then maybe it's not great. So yeah, still, mana rock for 2 that can make any mana color is already quite good, and sacrificing it to surveil 3 and draw a card is kind of like gravy on top, Late game, you don't need the mana rock so much. You do need the card draw. So that's something that I think really, this is like late game you're going to love to see. And early game it's great as a mana rock. Late game is great for the sacrifice for a card. So either way, it's good. Surveil 3, I think people underestimate. Again, it is kind of like, in a lot of cases, and on a lot of decks, it's a worse version of Scry, but I think it can be pretty good. 8 cents for that one. For 8 cents, that's crazy good. Okay, so we're on to the list now. First up, Chromatic Sphere for 70 cents. Dungeoneer's Pack for 8 cents. Again, if you're using the initiative, this should be in like every deck where you want to get the initiative, because it lets you do that. You've got like a trigger to just do it anytime. Astrolabe is 12 cents. Darkwater Egg is 31 cents. And finally, the Cryptex is 8 cents. 8 cents. Very undervalued, very. But anyway, alright, thank you, and take it easy. I'll see you later.